All right, let's talk about something that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. Imagine a tool that could look into the very soul of your website, see a customer's intention to buy, and then act on it instantly. Well, that's the whole premise behind Datascale's Shinigami, a piece of tech that's trying to give businesses the so-called superpowers of a god of death, but, for e-commerce.
Okay, so that leads us to the big question, right? The entire technology we're looking at today is built around answering this one massive thing. Can a machine really analyze your behavior online and just know almost intuitively if you're about to click that buy button? So the tool that claims it can do this is called the Shinigami. Now, in Japanese folklore, Shinigami are gods of death who can actually see a person's remaining lifespan. Datascale's version, well, it claims to see a customer's purchase lifespan, that really fleeting moment of intent, all with the goal of completely transforming the customer relationship. So how on earth does it supposedly work? Well, it all starts with the vision. And we're not just talking about tracking clicks here. Datascale is actually developing what they call the eyes, an AI that can automatically figure out the context and the purpose of every single element on a web page.
And this is where it gets kind of wild. This is their core claim, the superpower at the very heart of the technology. The goal isn't just to predict your behavior based on data patterns, but to actually perceive human intuition itself. I mean, that is a bold, almost unbelievable premise.
Okay, so how do you even try to translate perceiving intuition into an actual process? Well, they see it as a three-step function that acts as the brain of the whole system. First, it analyzes everything a visitor does. Then, using things like psychological profiling and Gen AI, it decrypts the subtle signals that show you might want to buy something. And finally, it identifies that specific customer's potential. And this, right here, is the absolute game changer. Shinigami isn't some passive analytics tool that just spits out a report for you to read later. No, its main job is to be an active conversion engine, to take what it sees and immediately do something about it, all in real time. Which brings us to its second major function, the action. You could call this the mouth of the agent. Once it's seen what you're doing and figured out your potential, it has to decide on the absolute perfect way to interact with you. And this slide just illustrates the core difference perfectly. Think about it. A traditional website is basically a monologue. It says the exact same thing to every single person who shows up. The Shinigami, on the other hand, wants to turn that monologue into a dynamic conversation. It's designed to create a totally unique path for you by choosing the best way to interact. The key to all of this is the timing. It's not just about, say, offering you a discount. It's about deploying that discount at the exact right moment when it's going to be the most effective. This whole process turns a passive online storefront into an active sales agent that's working for you 24/7. Okay, so we've got the vision and the action. But what's the ultimate goal here? Let's take a look at the payoff, which, by the way, is directly tied into Datascale's shared success business model. At its heart, the entire system is engineered to do this one thing: deliver a completely personalized and unique experience. And the theory is pretty simple, right? If every customer feels like the website is adapting specifically to them, they're just far more likely to convert. And of course, that personalized experience is meant to translate directly to the bottom line. See, Datascale operates on a shared success model, which means they only make money when their clients do. So for them, boosting your conversions and maximizing profits isn't just a promise. It's literally their entire business plan. Datascale really sums it all up with this one line. They position Shinigami not as some complicated piece of software you have to wrestle with, but as a plug-and-play ally, a partner that just integrates seamlessly to work alongside your business, driving growth by making the customer journey better. Which leaves us with this final, really thought-provoking question. If a tool can see a customer's intent and then choose the perfect way to interact with them in real time to close a sale, are we actually looking at the very first draft of a truly autonomous online salesperson?